Hey guys, so I was gonna type, there's something I need to clarify, and I was gonna type a message out, but it was gonna be too long. I'm just gonna do a quick video. Um, I, I have heard people mention that our group is trying to take away a landowner's right to do what they want with their property, a landowner's right to do things that makes them more money and makes it more profitable for them. And I want to be completely clear with you when I say that 100% is not what I want to do. I absolutely respect your rights to your property. This all stemmed because I had a foreign developer, EDF Renewables, lie to me. They said some things to me that were not true when they came and told me that there was going to be a solar panel field across the street from my house. When somebody lies to you, you get curious. You start asking questions, you start digging. As I dug, I got terrified about some of the things that I was finding out. And as I wanted answers, instead of getting them, I was kind of getting doors shut in my face. So here we are. The fact of the matter is, um, there's issues that we have. I am not trying to keep you from having generational wealth. I'm not trying to prevent the landowners from making a profit on their property. No part of me is taking any enjoyment in knowing that this might keep you from receiving the funding that you're looking at receiving through these contracts. It makes me sick to my stomach, as a matter of fact. But here's the issue. We asked for a waste disposal plan. If in the event of a tornado or a bad hailstorm, what are you doing with these panels? We want to make sure they're not going to end up in our landfill. I think you should have those questions too. We asked for a fire safety plan. Protect our firefighters, train them, teach them how to deal with these, put fire suppression systems in place. Yeah, they're expensive, but I don't care. You're protecting our county that way. Do those types of things. Increase the setbacks a little bit, push them off of our property lines so it doesn't so negatively impact the people who are not what we call participating residents. We asked for a cap on acreage. There are counties that, as far as you drive, windmills and solar panels are what you see. I sincerely hope that most of the DeKalb County citizens are not okay with that. There's no reason that we can't say enough is enough. We stop at this point. This is all the agricultural ground that you're allowed to take from us. I have issues with them classifying highly effective farm ground as economic revitalization areas. I don't like that they make laws and sidestep them to pick winners and losers. I don't think that's right. I don't think that these companies should get tax abatements. Tax abatements are for people who produce jobs. They're for people who add value to a community. They're adding value to a few of you who are getting the contracts, right? But not to the rest of the county. So I think that these places, these solar developers, I think they should have to pay their taxes. I think that's fair. So there's these issues that we have, and there's a whole list of them with these companies coming to DeKalb County. Now, I've talked to some landowners and I've asked you, come to meetings with us, fight alongside of us, let us help you get what you want, but do it in a way that protects all the citizens in DeKalb County. Please don't be so concerned with protecting your investment that you're willing to let the rest of the county be destroyed to make it happen. These are people who work in hospitals and take care of your wife, your husband, your children, your grandchildren. They're people who teach your children, your grandchildren, your family. They're people who pull over alongside the road when we see you coming because we want to make sure that you make it home safely to your families. They're people who drive your grain trucks when you're shorthanded or pull you out if you're stuck alongside the road. They are people who love, respect, and adore you. I do, okay? Even with all of this happening, there isn't anything I would not do for some of these people who I have close relationships with that are signing their land up for solar. Okay, and solar is not going to extend that same kind of sentiment, and it's hard for me because I've said all along I want to do this in a way that doesn't destroy our county. But we've asked you to work with us and we've asked you to make this fair, to not let the county create laws and circumvent them, to not let people, elected officials, lie about what they know, what kind of documentation they have, what's going on, to hold them accountable. We've asked them to make sure that our property values are guaranteed. They say it's not going to impact us, but Ask yourself and seriously answer the question, would you buy a home if it was surrounded by fields of solar panels? That's at least going to impact the desirability of our county. Okay. So the reason this has turned to not to no solar is because our concerns were falling on deaf ears. Now that's no longer the case. We have people's attention, but you kind of have a choice to make. I have no interest in taking this opportunity away from you. I love that this could be generational wealth for your families, okay? That's not what I'm trying to do. We are trying to allow you to do this in a way that doesn't negatively impact the whole rest of the entire county. A county full of people who love you, a county full of people who love our farmers. You go to the fair and I was looking at the merchant tent and the whole one side of it was cornfields and farm equipment. And they had nothing but posters of that up because we respect the agricultural community in DeKalb County. We respect you. I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to take this opportunity away from you. I've asked some of you to work alongside us and demand, yeah, I'll sign my land up, but only if you protect the rest of the people in this county. We've asked you to do that with us, okay? If you want to meet with me and you want to sit down and have a conversation about what this could look like and you want to work together, I'm happy to do that. But I'm also happy to tell you that if all you're interested in is your financial investment, regardless of how it negatively impacts the rest of the people in your community, then it's division, okay? And I'm sorry, I will continue to help anybody out in the community who needs it, but that's a choice that you're making. It's a selfish, very greedy choice, but if that's the path that you want to take, there's a thing called ethics. Yes, you have the right to do what you want with your land, but you have an ethical commitment to do it in a way that it doesn't negatively impact everybody else who has to live in this county. And you should want to protect the citizens in this county. At least I know I do. Okay. And it's not, so what if it goes across the field for me? That's fine. But by the time it's said and done, it's going to be in a way that we can all live with and in a way that our county is going to be protected to the absolute max. Nothing shy of that. So I just needed to clarify that because it's frustrating for me to hear landowners say, I have a right to do what I want with my land. You're right. I also have a right to be a really crappy teacher, but I have a moral obligation to do the best that I can every day when I walk in that school. You have a moral obligation to help protect the citizens of DeKalb County, even if that means that your millions turns into hundreds of thousands, okay? That's all I have to say. Sorry it was so long.